Are we on the air?
Ruh-roh. So guys, just before this video starts, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. We hit a milestone with my channel today. We hit 4,000 subscribers, and I just really wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching the videos. I hope you enjoy the content, and I hope you guys decide to stick around. So here we go. Let's get into the action. Day one, Veterans Weekend, Glamis Fab. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we're back from Glamis after that hectic weekend. It was pretty crazy out there for Halloween, as you guys saw in the last video. In the meantime, we got a little project on our hands. So we brought home Cleetus Mcfarland'S Extreme Double Throwdown. It's got a couple of issues that I'm going to work out for him. I really don't like the fact that the paddles rub here. We're going to see what we can maybe do about that. As you can see, this bypass is leaking, so it's going to need seals. And then he had a little mishap when he was in the desert and broke the rear trailing arm. Let's go over here and take a look at that. So I guess it broke all the way around here, and they had somebody out in Glamis weld that. I wouldn't be really happy with that, but I guess it got him back. It is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and grind this weld out. I'm going to take these bushings out. I'm going to take the TIG. We're going to TIG weld that all back together. Then we're going to take both rear arms off, and we're going to go have those powder coated. And then I'll put new seals in the bypasses. You can see the bypasses are leaking really bad. We're also going to set him up with a full spares kit for this car, spare blower belts, and axle CV grease, just so he can fix it if they're out in the dunes. As you guys can see, obviously they are not going to sell this car. Garrett's going to keep it, so it is no longer for sale. And there's a bunch of big stuff happening with this car very, very soon. You guys will see that probably over on his channel. So now, where we're headed now, headed into the garage. I'm getting my Honda ready for Cleetus and cars. They are gonna do drag racing out there, so we're gonna throw the Honda on the trailer, take that thing out to Florida, and do some drag racing out there with the boys. I need to make some changes though. I'm having some tranny problems, and you know, I'm kind of at the horsepower limit for a stock transmission. It made five and change at like 18 pounds, and we're pushing 25 to 30 at the track. So this thing's definitely making some steam. Sorry that it's so dirty. It's sat outside for a few days, but we went ahead and picked up another transmission, boys, and here it is. A friend of mine, Adam, had this transmission sitting for years, had it rebuilt at Synchrotech, had them go through it, and turns out that this thing's a Liberty dog box, boys. It is, let's see if I can squeeze in here and show you guys what it is. So it's an S80 with a Liberty 1st through 4th. 291, 193, 147, 123, and an unknown 5th. That's a 104 with a Quaif LSD in it. Obviously, a lot of that stuff is not going to work in my all-wheel drive transmission, but the gears themselves will. So we're going to go ahead and put that gear set into one of my all-wheel drive transmissions, and then we should have an all-wheel drive dog box. I started looking at the ratios, and they seem very, very, very short. And I started looking at Liberty's website, and I didn't see anything that shows that they even make those ratios. So I'm hoping that Synchrotech or whoever looked at it calculated the ratios wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cover off of this thing right now and have a look, inspect it for myself, and see if the ratios are stamped, or count the teeth, or whatever I gotta do to figure out what the real ratios are. So the way that looks is the 5th gear is like a 1-0. And that's usually what, for a dog box, is what they're using for 4th gear. So if that's the case, then I may have to leave this thing a 5-speed and just get into 5th gear in the quarter mile, which is not exactly, you know, ideal, but this thing would make a hell of a 8th mile no prep transmission. So we'll keep it for that. You know, we'll figure it out, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in, pull the case off of this thing, and have a look in. We got the case off the transmission, and she's definitely a straight cut dog box, boys. Dog fifth, and unfortunately they still use the synchro to shift it. A lot of guys spend a lot of money in dog boxes and still use synchros to shift, but you know, it is what it is. All right, well, it is a couple of days later. I've gotten a bunch of work done. As you guys can see, I've got the transmission out of Che Bella and got her on the ground here, and I've already put the dog gear set out of here into my all-wheel drive trans, and then I just need to put this front-wheel drive trans back together and put my all-wheel drive trans back together and get it in the car. I've got to modify a couple things up here. I just got to take this CRV fifth gear off of here and put GSR fifth back on there. In the meantime, I looked up the gear ratios for this gear set. Unfortunately, they are very, very, very short. This transmission was probably built for a time attack car. So I reached out to Brian over at GearX Translab. They make a 4.0 final drive. Let me flip this over. So went ahead and picked up this 4.0 final drive. So we're gonna go ahead and get the final drive swapped out one more time. That would be this stack here. And we're basically, the final drive is the ring and pinion. So this is a 4.0. That's a 4.5. That's gonna get my gear ratios back down in check to where I can finish the quarter mile in fourth gear. So we're gonna go ahead and get that swapped out, get these put together, and get this thing wrapped up. We have Glamis this weekend, Veterans Day weekend, so I'll have a bunch of footage from there too, but hopefully we can end this video off by finishing up these transmissions and getting them put back in there, and then we'll be off to Glamis. So guys, stick around. We're gonna get this ring and pinion put in and get this thing finished up. All right, so I wanna show you guys the packaging. Really top notch, nice foam in there. They've really got these things wrapped up really, really well. So we're gonna go ahead and take this counter shaft out, and then we'll start getting the gears stacked on it. So here's the stock CRV final drive. Here is the GearX final drive. Look at how much bigger the teeth are. That's definitely gonna help us out with this gear set. You see there's a few differences here and there in them, but looks like it should all work out just fine. We're gonna go ahead and get the gears stacked up on there and get this thing finished up. I also wanna add that we're still gonna be using the Speed Factory front wheel drive to all wheel drive kit. Now the three pieces in this kit that I use is this shim, this custom needle bearing, and this shift fork. This is what will allow you basically to get the, actually those four pieces. I use another shim underneath the main shaft bearing as well. This is what allows you to get the front wheel drive gear set on the all wheel drive transmission. All right guys, well as you can see, it's dark. I got my portable lights out here. I've been trying to get this tranny lid on for hours. I had to modify the fifth gear shift fork. I got that taken care of. And then it turns out that this fifth gear is so friggin' big that it rubs inside the case. So, if you guys can see that. So I got the old Dremel out on the air, and I'm gonna clearance the case, and hopefully we can get this thing done. What's up and good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are now celebrating 4,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for subscribing and sharing all my videos. It is Veterans Weekend. We are out here at Glamis Fab. It's got myself, Dave, Brandon's here. Unfortunately, Joe's not here this weekend. He's on a little vacation out hunting. So it's just gonna be the three of us this weekend, and it's gonna be busy. So we've already got cars inside waiting for stuff, guys waiting outside for stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and walk around, get our morning coffee, get the shop opened up, and we're gonna get started. All right guys, first car of the day is coming in. This guy actually came in last night, showed me what was wrong. It's got a airbag mount that's cracked. Let me see if I can get you guys in there. Right there, pretty typical on Funkos. We see it all the time.
Yeah, Grant said that now with the...
All right, guys, got the Funko done. He's way out. And then Brandon's over here. We're gonna straighten out a spindle. Looks like the tie rod joint kind of went south, so he's gonna straighten that out, TIG weld it up, and get another car back in the news. You do that?
Not me.
Not you. Who did it?
Paul did it.
Paul did it. What happened, Paul?
That's off of Manx.
Ah.
He was trying to follow a Funko with with a monster Manx.
Quite
go right.
All right, Brandon's gonna get it fixed up, and we'll get these guys back in the dunes. All right, and this is the next one. Stay right there. Broken spindle on a Can-Am. Joe, what the heck, man? What the hell happened to my soldering iron? All right, we got a razor in here. Looks like they're just trying to extract the stud out of there. And then in this car, we just fixed the tensioner. Actually, didn't really fix much. We just bolted it all back together. But this thing's got a 351 Windsor in it, so we don't often see. Like I said earlier in the video, guys, it's mostly Honda and LS stuff we see out here, but it's kind of cool to see these Ford motors. And then this car's got a 3-speed auto in it.
Transactional engineering, 3-speed auto.
Right on.
Super muscular.
Let's jump in here and check
Track
this
the
out.
donor.
Check that out, guys. Don't often see that stuff here either, so kind of cool. Automatic. Now we just need to cut this car open and make doors for him.
Absolutely.
So that's cool. Yeah, we don't see these here very often at all. So guys, we had another Can-Am come in and just had a bad brake line. So we crimped a new banjo fitting on it right here. Gonna reroute it for him so the paddle doesn't hit it anymore, and these guys will be good to go.
Yeah, thank you guys. Say thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Guys, and then I didn't show you this car last night. It's just so busy. I installed an electric power steering unit and a whole new steering system, new carrier here, new U-joints, and I'm just getting it wired up now. We'll get this car done, and then Brandon's over here working on another car we just welded up.
Cool.
And another one back in the dunes. Starting to get busy out here. It's day one of Veterans Weekend.
Yep.
All right, so here's something we don't always see out here in Glamis. You know, everybody does either Honda or LS, and you know, with the popularity of these Coyote motors, this thing's got a Coyote with a Kenny. It's a sand limo, but check that out, boys. Coyote with a Kenny. Pretty cool. Broken axle, so we're gonna have to figure out what the length is, get it cut and made, and then get her back together. We got this one finished up. Put my affordable off-road electric power steering in it. Got the unit mounted here. Control knob in the dash. As I've showed you guys in the past, it's like nothing. Let's turn it off. Takes about 5 seconds or so for it to shut off. There it goes. Turn it back on. She moves like nothing. So another car back in the dunes, another satisfied customer. We got this axle finished up in this sand limo, and we'll get him back out in the dunes as well. So Brandon's just putting a limit strap on that side, and it'll be all finished up. Next car in, YXZ, had a bent tie rod. Brandon heated it with the torch. I beat it straight. I'm gonna throw a piece of angle iron on there, get her welded up, and be another one back in the dunes. Did you do it?
I did.
Uh-oh.
Night rides.
Alcohol involved?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, guys, we're gonna get this guy back out in the dunes and get to work on this next car over here. This next one over here is a old school Volkswagen swing axle car, and the axle boots are leaking. So we're gonna jump in there and take a look. He brought us some new boots to put on, so we'll have a look and we'll go from there. Brandon, what are you working on?
Artist mat and clutch.
Are you welding or removing?
Welding it so we can just move it into the trailer.
Ah, gotcha. Just doing a get it back in the trailer fix. What are we doing on the Can-Am?
A-arm.
putting A-arms on it?
No, they're cracked.
So next car up was this Funko. We did a full CV service on it. The guy came in just for a boot issue. He couldn't get the boot to clamp up on there, so went ahead and pulled it apart, and sure as can be, you can see right here all these marks in the CVs. Did not have a super cage in it, and the star's trashed. So went ahead and hooked them up with a new Gear 1 CV. Got it re-greased and back together. Now we're going to do the other side.
How's it going, dude?
This thing's fucked up.
Hand sits here.
Yep.
Do you have another axle?
No, I think he's there.
All right, this was the next one on the chopping block out here today, guys. Starting to slow down, thank God. Just needed a CV, but the poor guy waited 2.5 hours to get a CV done. We were just that busy. So we did a full axle service on this, replaced the CV, new clamps on the boots, cleaned everything up, and will be another one in the dunes. And then I think the last car is going to be that Pro R out there. I think we're putting an axle in it, and then we'll get her done. And it's Pier 30. Guys, this car is super cool. It's a super, super, super cool Eagle theme. Subaru motor, E85. I bet you this car friggin' hauls the mail, dude. But I love the paint scheme. Once again, guys, almost done. One more car right here. Got that Pro R. We're gonna put an axle in it. And I got a couple of tires to do. And then hopefully that's the end of the day. We'll see. We kind of hang out here and see how long it's going to take. But anyways, one more car over there somewhere. Pro R. It's been a busy day. Day one. Veterans Day weekend. And we're out here. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for day one. Again, it's been busy as can be out here. We've been swamped all day. We're just now closing up. It's already dark. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you back here tomorrow for day 2, Veterans Day weekend, Glamis Fab. All right, guys, so we're back over at San Limo once again today. Like I showed you guys in the last video, this black car was all done. As you saw from the video just now, the copper car is ready to go. What do you think, Dave Unknown?
It's definitely ready.
This thing's pretty rowdy. Joe put the hood on while we were gone today. This car is just friggin' sick, boys. Again, with the black Cerakoted Kings. And I know in my last video I showed you guys, but I did not emphasize enough these doors. You guys check this out. Dude, a full sand car with doors. Full-size car, interior panels. Just freaking absolutely, Joe just killed it. This car is my favorite of all time. Out of every sand limo that's ever left here, theme car, paint, this one's probably my favorite. And I might be biased because we worked on it a lot. So we helped put this one together, and we also helped put this one together. So got 2 customers, brand new builds leaving the shop. And now it's time for Dave's car to get done and my car. So we'll get my back seats and stuff in the next couple weeks, get my rear arms. So guys, when my car's finished, it's going to literally look just like this. Not copper, although I would love to steal this paint theme. But height-wise and everything, my front suspension is the same as this. Obviously not black Cerakoted, but I've got the same arms in the front, and these arms are what we're building for the rear of my car. So guys, stick around. There's much more to come, and we will see you guys in the dunes. Car, boys. Friggin' sick. Sorry about the reflection.